This video I meet up for the second half of Pass Plus with Ari.
Yeah.
What'll be good then is if we come off motorways and get back on motorways, because that gets you sort of using them roundabouts. What would be the trouble in going there? Look, 1, 2, 3, there's 4 lanes there. We could choose any one we want really, because with the lead car in this lane, that lane just goes over there. So that's it. That's it. That's it. This video I meet up for the second half of Pass Plus with Ari.
Yeah.
So today is the second half of the course, last 3 hours. How do you feel about the first half?
It was good. I feel like I'm continuously learning more.
Anything today that you want to go over again or?
Go through one of those big spiral roundabouts.
Yeah.
It's kind of on the way somewhere.
What is it that you want to achieve from going over that as such?
The roundabout?
Yeah.
At what point do I transfer over to the very left lane to exit the roundabout? Because I'm not sure at which moment I do that.
Signs and marking's really important, and I think what's really important as well is when you are approaching the roundabout that you know the destination, because sometimes they abbreviate it. I think what'll be good then is if we come off motorways and get back on motorways, because that gets you sort of using them roundabouts. Maybe use a couple of service stations along the way. Get used to using, again, just recapping yesterday's skills, slip roads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're wondering what we did yesterday, which was the first part of this,
Monday.
I was doing that on the last video as well. Yeah, so it was Monday, today's Wednesday. We went over A roads and got you familiar with all the bits that you hadn't done previously in lessons, didn't we? Is there anything that you want to go over before we get started?
I don't think so.
Alright, perfect, let's do it. So we'll drive on when you're ready. Just the bike's quite high. Had another test pass this morning.
Nice. Congrats.
Yeah, never a bad thing.
Did you say we're going right and
Yes,
then right?
please. Left now at the end. So turn right here and then get to the very end, turn left. The end of the street.
Oh, it's that roundabout.
Yeah, it is, yeah. And I think I can help you with that. And at the end of the session, if you don't feel like that about that roundabout, I'd be quite happy about that. Do you know what I mean? Through the guidance that I can give you. In that situation, just look over this side and look what you could do in terms of, rather than stopping, just maybe come a bit more left, because they weren't stopping for nothing, were they? Quite close to that curb on the left, just to let you know, and it's quite sharp, so. Because I know you wouldn't took your normal positioning because that blue truck, that's what I'm thinking.
This might take a while.
Usually does, unfortunately. Better be turning left, I guess. Okay. That could have been worse, couldn't it? So, let's see how this. I mean, what do you want to do when we get to it? We're going to turn right to it, so there is going to be an element of that spiral going on, or else we'll keep going round on the inside of it. We'll never peel off from it to exit. What would you like to do? Do you want me to guide you through and tell you
I think
what?
so. Is it so when I would pass the second exit, I would move over to the left? Right?
Yeah. It's going to feel weird though, because you're going to have 4 lanes in front of you, but because you're the lead car in that specific lane that you're in, you can go all the way across and then land in the left. Do you want me to point it out as we
So
go?
I would be on the 4th lane, you mean?
You would if you're stuck there. So if you position for a normal right turn, just as you usually would, nothing different with that. That's it. That's it. What would be the trouble in going there?
No space.
That's it. We'd be blocking the whole thing, won't we?
Food for horses.
Yeah. Are you into your horses?
Yeah, I used to ride horses.
Plenty of food this year, with the dryness. Cool, so stick in the lane see that white paint just there?
Yeah.
We'll follow that out, so sticking in this section, but then look, 1, 2, 3, there's 4 lanes there. We could choose any one we want really, because with the lead car in this lane, that lane just goes over there.
Okay.
This one next to us, do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So the best thing is to land in the left, unless there's a slow mover or something there that you think you'd land in lane 2 rather than lane 1 over there. Does that make sense at the moment? Lights are on green. So that's it. That's it, that's good. Nobody else can be there really, because you're the lead car out of that lane. Does that make sense at the moment? So we're going to be on this road now for about another 2 to 3 miles. When we get to the end, there's going to be another roundabout that's similar.
Was this a 40 road or?
It's 40 at the moment. It's a better position. It was a bit over to the right, did you notice? Just the positioning earlier was a bit over to the right, but you made it central in the lane then, which is better. You catch a speed limit or did it distract you?
No.
It's national speed limit. Is it the black car? Makes you wonder whether it should be there, really.
Probably just going there because it's free.
Yeah. Because what's the normal rules then for driving on roads with more than one lane?
The right is the overtaking lane.
That's it. He obviously doesn't think it's a fast lane because he's doing 60 in it.
So the police kind of say something if they saw someone just.
Yeah, they'd probably monitor the situation a bit before they acted on it. Because sometimes things aren't as clear cut, you know. Just keep the clutch down, back into 6th.
They're going to 3rd.
Yeah. I think 5th would have been okay, but
I was
3rd.
trying to pop into 3rd because it did the neutral thing.
Yes. Because you're in 6th, you want to keep it palm towards you and go forwards so it doesn't pop. You don't want the pop that time. Remember, it's a right turn, and we're starting to see signs. So what does that
It's
mean?
a right turn.
It is a right turn. That's it. Start getting your foot on the gas again, building up that speed so we're getting just before that blue one. So it's right for Derby, 861. So we know what general direction we're looking for, yeah?
Which exit was it?
Derby, 861. It's 3rd exit. So right signal on, just confirm there we're going. Just ease off, create a bit of space, keep coming because it's light control. Do you see the road open here? And you're the lead car, so we either keep right, both lanes go the same way, so it doesn't really matter. Does that make sense? You could go there equally just the same.
We're going.
That's it. Looking up at the sign, connecting the dots. Yeah, Derby 861. Just check their mirrors for that merge and the left one. Okay. okay so far?
Yeah, except the speed limit change here.
It's still national. Is it a single or dual carriageway here where this grass bit is?
Would it be technically a dual carriage?
Yes, it would. What about here?
Single.
Yeah, even though there's 2 lanes here.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing... I'm answering the question I need to ask you. Why is that?
There's nothing in the middle dividing it.
Nothing physical, yeah. We're going to go ahead, second exit at the next roundabout. We said to do things a little earlier, didn't we, with the roundabouts generally?
So it's quite busy, so...
Yeah, so that'll help with that as well.
Was the second exit?
It is, yeah. So what is the danger then in looking right for slightly too long?
Not noticing what's happening?
That's it. So if you've got a lane next to you, what could happen?
Wait, if I'm going straight ahead and there's someone next to me?
And you lose your positioning. Somebody could, yeah, could straight to the lane. At this roundabout, go ahead, first exit. We'll go straight on, second exit. So ID's off here, got 2 big lorries, going to take quite a bit of time here. That's it, a little bit more breakdown, a little bit more, that's it.
So what I put in third now?
I would clutch up, but still braking now. Or considering it, looking at what these are going to do, keeping it going now that you know they're going.
Was it second exit?
It was. It gives you lots of time to look and see what they're going to do and keep your path really easy and smooth and not have to keep messing around with the brakes and the gears. You've got a bit of a space in front. When you go second to third, just push it to neutral, yeah? Because I'm fearful we could end up in first instead of third, which would be... What would be the problem with that?
Just really stop and like forward for it.
The engine braking would kick in, it would just, yeah, it would abruptly come to a near stop. Any brake lights, would they come on? No, so potentially dangerous, particularly off of a roundabout, because everything speeds up, doesn't it? So just think about the gear change before you do it. Just feel that pop, you know, it pops away from the palm of your hand because you're not holding it. I think that's probably your problem, maybe holding it. We're going to go for Nottingham A52. Just ease off because we can't see the road ahead. There could be cars backing up, brake lights on.
Yeah, see.
Good. So Nottingham A52 is second exit. What's it on the floor? Yep, so that's should be good there with that. Now there's another sort of element of that spiral going on here. It's not quite a spiral, but a lane is opening up and you just consider it as like early positioning really, based on your direction. So when we go forwards past the second exit, remember, Nottingham A52, yeah, the road will open up. Ease back from these so you can see the floor markings a bit more. That's it. Do you see it widen?
Yeah.
You take the inside, because that says Chad on the floor there. That says Nottingham City A52, yeah? City and A52. So you've got to see them early to take that position, otherwise it's a lane change. That gear change looked a bit more comfortable. So looking out for those signs. Somebody's knocked the sign off, it's this left. There used to be a sign on there. You see where it used to be? So shall I leave you with everything based on what we did yesterday for now?
I think so.
Yeah. If I feel I can help you, I'll chip in. it wasn't enough, was it? He probably eased off the gas. He probably didn't want to brake because probably cars close behind them. So for you to take the initiative and just create space, because you had space, makes a lot of sense, really. So you've got to be realistic, haven't you? You can't, you do everything by the book. I'm not saying break the law, but I'm saying you use common sense, and that you need to as a driver. And even then, if you think, oh, I'm going over speed limit, just ease off, just subtly let it drop, no panic. So I would use cruise control here. Have you used it before? We should go over it really before we start using it, I reckon, while we're stationary. What do you think?
Otherwise I'm going to fly into the curb or something.
Yeah, you don't want to be taking your eyes off the road for too long. Anyway, we'll come off on a slip road. Go over that.
Do you want me to go that way?
I think we'll carry on at the moment. Just carry on this road. I'll let you know in good time when I want you to come off. Just staying on this road for now. What might you have to do?
Usually here you can just ease off if the cars are coming instead of changing.
It's a better plan, yeah.
Because there's usually quite a lot, and if I need to go exit somewhere and get stuck on the right lane.
It's good stuff. Makes a lot of sense. So we'll come off at the next exit. And then follow this ahead for Borough Wash. So looking at the overhead sign there.
The lane was for us, right? So we're going there, right?
That's it, yeah, we'll just pop into Aston. Because it's closed, I'd use second gear clutch up. Now, because you can't see much on approach, it'll make it slower. So we're going to turn left, yeah, just follow it into Asda, turning left at the junction at the end here.
Do I signal?
Still signal, it's still a junction. Still people, cars that could benefit all the same from it. Just turn into anyone you like, really. And we'll just go over the cruise control before we get into a position where it might be unsafe. They're all junctions, so unless it's following it around a bend like this, then you'd still, if you were going to turn in here, you'd still signal. There's probably lots of people around that see us, but we don't know they're there.
Just go on that one.
Yeah, can do. Get you on that curve there, though. It's quite sticky outy. Oh, I see. I thought you were going over there. That's fine. No probs. Awesome. How are you getting on with that spiral roundabout thing and the early positioning when one lane opens up into two?
I think the main key is to just stay quiet, a little bit more distance from the car in front of me. Otherwise I can't see the road markings.
Because otherwise you're just going to follow the car in front, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
And then you might realise, oh, actually, I wanted to go that way. And the concept of the spiral roundabout, from what we've done, makes sense? There haven't really been ones where it moves us out a number of times. It's just been one where we go round and then we've got an option. So we're going to look at one a little bit that's got more about it.
I think the second one we did was quite confusing, where I moved to left and then to middle again.
The right is for going around the roundabout. That one, because it's one lane, it's only two lanes on approach, isn't it? that right stays right, and it's only when your middle goes off for the exit into the housing bit that the right opens up and comes outwards, because it's got the space to. Right, cruise control. It's that one there. Why is cruise control useful?
You're not going to be going up and down in speed all the time.
Not if
stays the same speed.
Especially the kind of planning that we're going to implement. That's when you can stay at speed. So I felt sometimes on the drive, when I was on the faster road, if we'd have signalled earlier and just been looking and saying, right, there's a gap there, I'm going to get in that gap and make it known that I'm going to get in that gap before that car gets that bit closer. So if you pop your hands on the steering wheel in a normal driving position, you've got the 2 finger buttons at the back.
At the very back of it.
Yeah, can you see there's like little grooves where your fingertips would fit into? Well, the top one is to set it at a new speed. If you press it, something might come up, it might not, because we're not moving. Just press that top one. So you see it activates, it's not available because we're not moving. But if you accelerated to, let's say, 70 and then press that top one, it then would set, and it would tell you on that display that it's set at 70.
Would it set to whatever speed you're going at?
When you decide to press the button, yeah. To disable it, you can press you can press the brake, you can press the clutch. Clutch is probably better. Just tap it in a little bit and disable the cruise control. We really want to try and avoid using the brake on the motorway.
Yeah.
Glad you spotted that. That's it. Just pop it back. You don't have to hold it on the thing again.
Oh, okay.
Sort that out in a minute. Which way will you be turning then?
Why?
That's it.
Still have to look right.
You certainly do. You've done the hard part then, you could have left it in. So following the car park round towards the exit, that'll be a junction there. You see, because you got the paint.
That's too confusing.
Yeah, there is an element of confusion with
So
car parks if you're
all
not.
the way down here, right?
Yeah, that'll be a junction.
It's
That'll be a
okay.
junction. Yeah. They've just not put the paint on the other bit. They've got the give way though, so it's enough really if if you're looking for it. So this one lane's going to open up into 2, and there's going to be lanes. We're going to turn right.
Is this
So
still technically the...
it's one lane here technically. So as you come forward, if you position over,
Or we're going to be turning right?
not there, but we'll be
So right here, I need this
turning
line.
right at the lights. Yeah.
Was I not supposed to go? I'm not sure.
What here?
Yeah. Well, this-
It is technically blocking that a little bit.
Yeah.
What I'd have done,
Just let it probably, right?
it's awkward to be honest,
Yeah.
for me because you've never been here, for me to tell you, and to be honest, I'd happy if it'd just block it slightly. I know that sounds bad, but rather than you think, oh, and brake there or do some, you know what I mean. So yeah. But yeah, we needed, so another example of one lane opening up and you need to position early. We're going to be turning right at the lights here.
And there's still signal here, right?
For the lights, yeah, when we turn. Yeah, I wouldn't signal. Why do you think it wouldn't be good to signal now?
Well, they might-
Mm-hmm.
Can I even go that way?
You can, yeah. Give way lines in front of you, so you'd give way before you cross that path of that oncoming traffic there. You could go back round or into the fuel station. Roundabout coming up. Can you see the diagram there, the layout? At that roundabout we'll be taking the second exit. you okay with it? Do you want a bit of help? It's the left-hand lane, so just stick left-hand side next to the curb the whole way.
So that would be the first one, or?
What about this one?
So that's the first one. So
That's it. That's it. So that's your second, and that's what we're taking.
And I would need signal because...
There's no need there. You kind of divided you off in your own lane, really, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to be entering the A52 though, and this is a really dodgy slip road. So signal now. Traffic can be coming off as well, so be looking early, willing to put your foot down. So you've got to put your foot right down to the floor. Don't do it now. Keep going. Cancel the signal and follow it round. But on A road, you've got to be really ready. Boom, foot down. You know, see, just before that red car, it's not a massive problem. Following it round to the right, we've got a sharp bend. Sharp bend, yeah. Quite tricky, isn't it? Take the next road on the right, if you could. And just pull up somewhere, we're just going to go over that, just make sure you understand what happened and whatnot. What do you think?
I mean, I'm kind of close to the junction, but...
Yeah, this...
Should I go over there?
There's not loads of options around here, but I think if you'd have been where you initially said, you'd have been borderline blocking cars from getting through. Now, because of the... Do you see? See the cars on the other side? Just stop here. We can use the mouth of this junction to turn around in a minute and get gone. Right, do you understand what happened?
I hesitated too much
On
I wasn't looking early enough for anything.
On the slip road?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the trouble, you see. For me, motorways, they're easy compared to it. But on A roads, depending on where you are, and depending on how many times you're driving in new places, these things come up all the time, little weird junctions on them. I mean, it's not really safe, is it? What would you do next time when you see a slip road or an entry point?
Speed up more probably, but look earlier as well. Although this was the thing that I looked, but I couldn't see because all I saw was like grass and whatnot.
Yes.
It's kind of blocking the view.
You've got... sometimes you can see roofs and stuff. You've got to have a series of checks. What did we say about the indicator as well?
Just put it on, right?
Put it on as early as you think they could see them. You know, if you're in a high gear and you put your foot down, the car won't really respond, it'll lag. If you're in the correct gear for the correct speed, you put your foot down, it's going, it's moving. So I think up that hill, third gear, because it's uphill as well.
Was I in fourth?
I'm not sure. But I'm just going over all the things that, to get it right, this is what you'd do.
It's confusing because you said there's also coming off of it. And it's just like a literally like 2 meter slip road.
I know.
Coming on and coming off, it's a bit, I don't know. Whoever planned that needs to be fired.
No, I completely understand. To have them coming off and coming on, yeah, that is dodgy, because as they come off, if they're going quicker than you and they're in front of you, that stops you from going on. It means you've got to slow. But then there might be cars behind them that's speeding up, and then you've got to get on still.
This is exactly the slip road I told you about on my test book that I had to pass, because there was a lorry coming right next to me.
Oh, I see. Coming onto the road.
He wanted to, but he had to turn as well, because we were blocking each other's way.
Oh dear. Yeah.
So if I were to either try to get in or stop on the slip road to then get in, I would have felt this. I would have either crashed into him or stopped all the traffic behind me.
So on your test, people will be really interested in that. On your test, was it you that made that decision to say, that's dangerous?
Yeah. I just told her, no, it's dangerous, I'll go.
What did the examiner say?
Nothing, she just told me to come off at the next exit that was.